How do you go about product placement with friends? The reason I ask this is, in the past, when starting Get Home Safe, I had a couple of people who are now famous, who like I hit them up, hey, I have this brand, you guys have been supporting the shit that I've been doing for a while.
Yeah.
I'd like to send you a couple of shirts, you know, post pictures please, tag it, and all this other shit.
Sure.
You send it to them, they don't tag niggas, but they enjoy it. They send you the compliments. They're like, hey, here's the photo.
Yeah.
But a year later, you see other companies hit them up and like they do a rollout on like I'm using this product and everything else.
Yeah.
How do you reassert, hey, can you do that for my product too?
I don't know that I have, expert advice on that, because I don't think
well, this isn't a talk amongst experts. This
No,
is just amongst homies.
Yeah,
So,
no, 100%. But I think, and I say that because, even just setting the parameters that I've never really tried to send something like, oh, hey, can you, wear this, or can you like, put on or just shout out or whatever the case. So I can't just speak on like me personally having those experiences, but I do think, I don't know, man. People are, I think people in general, not even speaking about friendships, but just people in general are weird, and people do what's like advantageous, and I don't know. I think the friend thing to do would be, hey, like, I don't know, can you, or even come to some kind of like, all right, well, I can't like, blast it for 3 weeks, but all right, cool. I'm doing, I'm going to a basketball game, and it's going to be, live streamed, and boom, I'm going to wear that joint then. I'm going to keep the joint on, while I'm playing, and, that's what I could do that fits in, like, honoring you, but also, and I think also, like, I think we could be more strategic as well, and, like, understand, okay, well, look, my dude, I know you, like, usually get, sponsorships that look like this. I know we just this, but, I fuck with you, we got this relationship. Maybe if, like, all right, I won't just say the same situation. I know you're gonna ball in that game. Y'all don't got no jerseys or nothing. It's just skins and shirts.
Everyone
just gets my shirt on. Or however you want to do it. Yeah, however you want to do it. And maybe not even pressing it like, okay, everybody's can you get the whole team to wear it? Because then I feel like that sets the precedent that like, damn, if everybody doesn't say yes, then maybe I shouldn't wear mine either. And then it doesn't happen at all. But versus like, hey, do you mind just like either you wear it or like toss it to one of your teammates or whatever? I don't know, fit it in somehow. I don't. It's the conversation. It's the conversation.
Okay, so the reason I asked is I have a couple of people who I sponsor who do the same stuff in the mental health realm of things.
Sure.
So one person in particular, names will not be said.
Sure.
They wear a lot of my clothing in their videos.
Yeah.
Right? And like, I forgot who it was that asked me, it's like, hey, are they ever going to tag you? I was like, no. They were like, you're not worried about that? I was like, well, that might be their language. They're like, what do you mean? I was like, all right, so as much as there's love languages, there's friendship languages. So them repping you is, I do these videos, let's say I crank out about 15 videos a week, you'll get 4 videos out of the week, and I'll rotate your shirts. I didn't have to wear that shirt, but I wear the shirts. That's my language of me repping you. If people ask, I'll answer, but because I had the shirt on, that added to your platform.
100%.
And it's like, you got to keep in track. You got to keep that in mind, because not everything needs a tag. Because like when you get like into bigger brands, contracts being signed, checks being cut, you kind of have to be more strategic, back to that strategic word, of how you support your friends in terms of the lines that you're pushing, that you don't want to put yourself in a position to be questioned by these brands or companies. And that's fascinating, because like everything we do, it's built from the ground up. Especially when you build it. Like when we build things, we don't think, all right, this person's gonna grow to this, so eventually we're gonna put them in this position. But when you get in those positions and you realize, all right, people want to be a part of your brand, are you allowed to tell people, hey, how to rep your brand? Or do you sit down and recognize, all right, this might be their language, keep funneling things towards them. That's how they rep you. Okay, you put them in that category, and it's okay to let them be them, because they enjoyed that format of advertising what you have.
And I think even like valuing and honoring that like, okay, like you said, you wore it, whether it's to the one basketball game or to the, however many streams out of the week or whatever, it might not even be from the streams or from that game that, somebody, all of a sudden you blow up. cool, they gotta put that shirt on before and keep it on after, you know, they're on that live. So maybe it's, oh, the deli that they walk to, and oh, they bump into another celeb and they're like, God damn, like, where'd you get that shirt from? Now I gotta order, you know, 50,000 or whatever the case.
Yeah,
so
the
like,
conversation piece.
Yeah, and I mean, and I think even like just being a business person or like in our, you know, specific, with like making shirts, maybe, okay, instead of like having all my designs on the back or the main branding on the back, maybe I need to put it on the shirt high enough that, you know, oh, people can see it in their, you know, live screen. Like be a little, like just think a little different about it and meet that person where they at. Don't make them have to shout it out. Like put it in a subtle, like, oh, dope design, whatever, but boom, the branding, you know exactly where to go.
Yeah. So with that being said, gotta bring this back. Strategic, being strategic with your friends. Give me examples of what strategy with your friends would look like. Like just 2 examples. Like, hey, I was in this situation and I realized, oh, I need to approach it this way because of what happened. Actually, how do you use strategies? I think that's a better question for you to start with.
I think,
because I use strategies with my friends all the time. And I'll give you a great breakdown. Like, I got like lists.
Yeah. I mean, you want to throw one out?
You throw one out, I'll throw one out.
Okay.
We'll go back and forth.
I think to balance anticipation and patience.
Okay.
Because even if I'm giving a friend a ride, if I want somebody like, yo, you told me you got off at, you know, 10:30, it's 11:30, like, my nigga, I'm waiting. You asked me to be here at 10:30. Why I gotta wait another hour, whatever the case. But also knowing, you know what? I've been giving you rides for the last 5 weeks. You've been late for the last 5 weeks, and I haven't said anything. Maybe I should either A, let you know, or, you know, show up a little later, or whatever the case. So balancing, using strategy to balance anticipation and patience.
Okay. I think that's a good example. I've never thought about it that way, but
that was off the top.
I could see how not setting the standard would put the balls in your court. And that's what happened in that situation. The ball's in your court. And what's funny is I do the same thing, but I do it for like other stuff. So like, for example, I have like a list of people I admire from like growing up. For like, I'd say, when I say growing up, a lot of people's like, oh, he's talking about childhood. No, growing up for me is in 10-year time periods. Okay. That's how I view growing up. 10 years, sometimes 15, depending on who it is. Okay. So like, if you were the first one to do something around me, even if like whatever I build becomes big or it now has more attention than before, I keep in mind this person did it first. I saw all their successes. I saw all their mistakes. And I'm able to succeed because they were the example around me before what I do now. So when it comes to like folks who want to do business with me, whether they're friends or not, I say, hey, I have this idea. And do you bang with this idea? AKA, do you want to do it or do you not want to do it? Because I always it's important to give people the freedom to say no. Absolutely. You should never like pressure people into doing stuff, especially when it comes to business.
Absolutely.
Now, that's not where the conversation starts. The conversation is, are you going to pick up the phone and call and follow up about the idea that I had? Sure. Because my idea, while I'm busy, is just an idea. If you pick up the phone to call, and it's now a two-way street, now it's our idea that we're building towards. Sure. But if you don't pick up the phone and I come to notice that I'm picking up the phone, I'm doing the reach out, I'm doing the follow-up, that's not us collabing or doing it together anymore. That's an idea that I had that you happen to be a part of. And that's not a good relationship because the balance is already heavy. So strategies for me is, and it's not that people are liars, they may not realize they're not in the prime position or the place to do the things that they're agreeing to. And I just let life dictate it. Because if you really want to do some shit, like, what's your favorite breakfast?
Probably just pancakes and eggs.
You make sure to have pancakes in your cabinet.
You
feel what I'm saying? You make sure that there's eggs there. If you get like to 3-4 eggs, you're kind of nervous because you're like, yo, that pancake might need an egg. Like, you're right now. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like you prepare for the pancakes and eggs because you know, if I'm having a rough day or I know I don't fuck with this, I might want to make some pancakes and eggs to put me on the good side. But like, you wake up, there's only one egg and you're trying to make pancakes and eggs. Bro, you only have one egg. You got to prepare that. No, 100%. And it's like, it's not that I don't believe in them, just help me believe what I already believe. Which is very important to the business that we do.
And I think to that, I mean, to the last part that you said, I do try to like allow people to start at the top and like you were saying, believe, what I guess, believe about you at this moment, that, okay, we're both gonna show up. Okay, we're both gonna equally, pour into whatever we're doing. Mm-hmm. We're gonna, both be responsible here, yada yada. Yeah. And then okay, we missed the meeting, or okay, we didn't do the thing we said we were gonna do. And then we both showed up, but one person was an hour late or whatever. And so and all of a sudden it's working its way down, mm-hmm. and you're making me no longer believe that.
Yeah, because we're down thinking. Because now you're making space for other things to take my attention. So I'm gonna want to work harder here. Because when you have time, you're gonna want to do something with your time. Whether it's a nap, whether it's cooking food, whether it's making that call. Today I had 5 conversations that were all supposed to be 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. Each conversation turned into an hour. My day was automatically done. Yeah. But I was happy because it was damn, those were some good combos that I could start applying to the stuff I'm doing. Mm. But now I got to be careful how many combos I have for the rest of the week, because that time comes from somewhere else.
Yeah. So I think if I should throw out another strategy, mm-hmm. It's I guess measuring capacity, like being aware of your own capacity, but also it was something that you just said, kind of and whether it's taking inventory and knowing how many eggs I actually have to give, or that I need for this recipe, mm-hmm. but also damn, it was something you were saying and it escaped me. Mm-hmm. Damn, I can't even remember anymore.
Oh, that's fine. I got another strategy.
All right, go ahead, throw it out.
I use a strategy on myself.
Okay.
I test myself. When I agree to something, I see, hey, am I into this thing as much as I said I was?
Sure.
So for example, this is gonna be a great story, because you can only be your best friend to yourself. You dictate the boundaries of what a good friendship is for yourself.
Sure.
For what you want.
Sure.
I started studying IT last summer. Mm-hmm. I made the mistake of letting my mom know I was studying IT.
Okay.
So it went from me studying IT to do cloud engineering to, hey, when are you going to be done with cloud engineering so you could go get a job?
Okay.
And it's that's not why I'm here. It's nah, you said you're doing this to get that job.
Yeah.
And then it went from the joy of just learning IT and cloud engineering to the pressure of, I need to get a job with this thing.
Sure.
And I think that was the first time in a while someone just took the air out of the room for me on something. I was I'll shelf this. Yeah. Because I was just I liked this thing, and then you wouldn't, excuse my language, shut the fuck up. I'm really good at learning to love things, if that makes sense. Yeah. So I'm good at looking at it, opening the fridge 1,000 times and being maybe I should give that buttermilk squash a try.
Sure.
You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm really good at, I took a couple of scoops, I wasn't really feeling it, but let's try it again to see will I like it on bread? Will I like it with cookies?
Yeah.
Is this gonna go good with a glass of water? Yeah. And then after I find something that works and I have a groove and a habit, I'm okay, we know what I do like about this, how far can we take this? Yeah. And when I realized, I was this is a good stride, all this other shit, it was great. I didn't factor what happens when other people get their hands on the thing that you're working on, and they start wanting to talk about it.
Sure.
But they don't want to learn about it. Sure. They just want to go to the finish line.
Sure.
So I have the type of